It reveals the secrets of the past, the present, and what may come to be. Most would think me fortunate to own such a book, but I can only use it in service to others. That is my curse. It wakes, tormenting me once more, feeding on the mysteries of this world, unraveling them into opportunity. But opportunity for whom?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Warhammer 3 Total War, where we are going to be having a lot of fun with this brand new release. It is currently 20 to 8 in the morning. The game has come out actually early, which I don't know if is right or not, but it's on Steam. Steam says okay. So let's get playing. Now we're going to be playing a full campaign. And as you can see, I've already tested it out. I played a little bit of the Legion of Chaos, but don't worry, that's not what we're going to be playing today. I did not spoil myself for what I have decided we will do today. And while Chaos Undivided is a noble art, a noble goal maybe even, it's nothing compared to where we're going. But before we get there, we've got a video to watch. So I hope everyone's enjoying. Please, if you are going to enjoy this series, please do consider giving a like. I don't want to ask this anymore, really, if I can help it. But it really does help, and it'll help promote Total War on the channel. Whereas Total War is not the biggest on my channel, any like will help push it to more greatness. But let's get straight into it.
This world has been sundered by a tide of arcane energy. The winds of magic churned into a maelstrom. The Tome of Fate drew me north to find out why. It guided me to a distant fortress steeped in blood. A battle was fought there. Though long over, the spirits still lingered. In the shadow of a broken portal, the trail ended. It was here the tome conversed with the dead. They told of Ursun, the bear god of Kislev, lost in darkness. A noble prince ventured to save him, yet he strayed from the path and was corrupted by chaos. Savior became executioner. A single shot, bound in faith forsaken, pierced Ursun's heart. And so the bear god roared. The tide that broke the world. Spirits, where lies Ursun now? Is he here in the north?
Beyond the maelstrom, in the realm of chaos, in the forge of souls.
Is he alive?
Wounded and dying, imprisoned in shadow.
What shadow? A demon's?
A master of the dark.
I knew who shackled the bear. Be'lakor. Only a fool would challenge Be'lakor. And yet, the power of a dying god, there is no greater prize. A mere drop of Ursun's blood would break my curse, ending my servitude to this accursed book. Free to profit from its secrets. But Ursun is locked in the Forge of Souls, deep in the realm of chaos, and I cannot enter this nightmarish domain. All routes have been sealed by the maelstrom. There must be a way. The tome unveils a spell to summon a portal, one to bypass the maelstrom and create a door into chaos. Knowledge to bargain, for I need an ally, one who is tempted by the power of the god bear and can withstand the horrors within.
I wonder who that'll be. So, for today, let us look at the place. Let's look at everything before we get in. This is going to be a little bit of a longer part. So essentially, we're going to have a look at everything, and then I'm going to show you who we're playing as. But the first nation you can look at is Kislev. The Tsardom of Kislev, known as the realm of ice, of the Ice Queen, is the most northerly civilization within the old world, a powerful and war-driven country. The inhabitants of Kislev are wolf-tough and self-reliant warriors, valiant and determined in defense of their motherland, for they are the bulwark against the horrors of the north. Since its founding, Kislev has been under constant assault by the hordes of chaos. Countless generations of Kislevites have fought and died in the snowy tundra of those harsh northern oblasts. And it's thanks to these brave Kislevite warriors that mankind has managed to flourish in the south, huddled together in their warm, safe homes, while the sons and daughters of Kislev fight until they draw their dying breaths. So we have the motherland, a mass devotion to invoke the gods of Kislev. Use these to gather your supporters and secure your power. Atamans, assign an Ataman to govern a province and get unique benefits. And the Ice Court. Train Frost Maidens and Ice Witches to gain powerful traits before recruiting them. We will look at every nation like I said, but let's have a quick look at them.
I command ice and snow.
We've currently got two. We've got Zarina, Katrina, and Kostalin. So obviously they all come with their own effects, and we're not going to look into these just yet. And I am going to obviously put the difficulty on normal hard for my first campaign. I want the first campaign to just be a little bit more fun. We will upgrade it if necessary, because I know you can. But yeah, this is where these two start. In this beautiful map. And there is a final lord, which requires us to free someone. But we're going to get to that later. The Demons of Chaos, or Daemons of Chaos, however you'd like to pronounce it. Manipulated into horrifying act by another, the Ungol Prince has given himself up entirely in exchange for the ruinous blessing of all the Chaos Gods and ascended to daemonhood. The newly arising Daemon Prince shrugs off his mortal form to take on an ever-changing aspect more pleasing to his new patrons, who continue to war for his ravaged soul. Now it is the destiny of the Daemon Prince to command the legions of chaos undivided in waging eternal war against the entire nation's immortal rivals, as he seeks a terrible vengeance on sovereigns and even gods. Will he claim the mark of one master, or forge a path that will bring him to utter domination, which even the dark powers will struggle to harness? So he gets demonic gifts, equipped body parts and weapons granted by the Chaos Gods to customize the Daemon Prince. And demonic glory. Ascribe glory to the four Chaos Gods, to granted boons in the forms of demonic gifts and units. Honestly, very fun. I actually really enjoyed the half an hour, 40 minutes I played of them. But let's move on to Grand Cafe. Past the mountains of Morn. Oh, so actually, let's go in and look. So you start just over here. And that is the cool guy, what he looks like when you begin. And you get some really cool stuff to begin. Anyway, let's go to Grand Cafe, as I was saying. Past the mountains of Morn and the steppes beyond lies the fabled empire of Cathay. Travelers returning from the eastern reaches tell tales of jade cities and golden pagodas. They recount strange creatures from serpentine dragons to monolithic stone sentinels and flying sky junks that rain multi-hued firepower from up above. But most of all, they tell of the imposing and disciplined armies that march forth in defense of their kingdom. The thousands of devoted foot soldiers, unswerving in their loyalty and unrivaled in their harmonics of war. That their armies faced northwards to garrison the great bastion defended against the ruinous powers is perhaps a blessing, for should the celestial dragon emperor have to turn his legions toward the nations of the west, the threat to all that may be unleashed is not bad to think about. So they get harmony, balance both yin and yang to achieve harmony, which will confer powerful effects. They get a compass to direct the Wujing compass to defend Carthay from threats north of the Great Bastion and the Ivory Road. Gain wealth, not grain wealth, by sending out caravans to deliver cargo to faraway cities in the west. Another great and interesting thing.
Supreme.
And they are
Roster.
miles away, as you can see. There's two native people, the players, but we'll not worry about them just yet. And now the Ogre Kingdoms. Ogres are a race of large humanoids, tough, vicious, and always hungry. Semi-nomadic in nature, wandering ogre tribes can be found wrecking their way across the known world. Yet no matter how far away they may be, all ogres consider the scattered tribal kingdoms that dominate the slopes and river valleys of the mountains of Morn to be their rightful, hard-earned homeland. They fight as thugs, bandits, mercenaries, picking on the strong and the weak alike, battling mighty foes and powerful kingdoms thousands of leagues away. They do this for the alluring promise of gold, plunder, and most importantly, meat. For their endless destruction and looting serves only to appease their gluttonous appetites in the ever-hungry god, the Great Maw. So they get camps. To play camps to create a forward base, constructing buildings and recruiting units from them. Meat. Each army is sustained by meat, source it from fighting battles and bringing near camps. And contracts. Factions will issue contracts and fill them to increase your standing. So they are in vastly different places. Okay, we've then got Khorne. Khorne, the blood god, rages upon his brass throne, resting atop a mountain of skulls built from the countless heads of the great champions his foes have slain, over an immeasurable number of eons. He cares not from where the blood flows, so long as it is done in his name. It is not uncommon to see the warriors of Khorne fighting amongst themselves, battling to prove their skill in combat and rise higher in the eyes of their wrathful master. To follow Khorne is to embrace violence and destruction, to pledge utter subservience to his cause. Khorne's most favoured servants are gifted with immense powers. Some may even ascend to daemonhood, and it is there these chosen few are tasked with bringing his wrath down upon the world. Blood for the blood god. Whose skulls fight battle, raise settlements, and claim skull pile to gather tribute to the skull throne. Drawn to destruction, your settlements will spread automatically into the ruins you leave in your wake, or you can spend skulls to occupy them immediately. Bloodletting. Your armies are strengthened by every battle, and even summon temporary reinforcements by raising settlements. And we'd get to play as Skarbrand the Exile. We start right there. An interesting campaign, to say the least. Nurgle. Nurgle, also known as the Plague Lord, is the chaos god of disease, decay, death, and degradation. He is perhaps the oldest of his brother gods, for the process of decay begins with life. Yet Nurgle is also the personification of rebirth. After all, atrophy is simply one part of life's cycle, without which nothing can grow. And so those who embrace Nurgle accept their doom with good humor. Disfigured by disease and mutation, they are keen to spread the God and Father's blessing to the poor souls that wander through life unafflicted. As plague spreads, so too does Nurgle's power and status among his brothers. He waxes and wanes, weakest when Belial's bellies are full and mortals are healthy, but quickly rising to absolute ascendancy when his followers unleash the most lethal of diseases. So he gets plagues, concoct and spread plagues across the world, or inflict your own assets. Cyclical buildings. Settlements will grow over time and then will wither and die out. And we'd get to play as Kurgath Plaguefather, who is over here, quite far away. Good. Slaanesh. Slaanesh is dedicated to the purpose of excess, gratification, hedonism, pain, and immoral pleasures at the expense of any other soul. He is the youngest of the Chaos Gods. That should be it is the youngest of the Chaos Gods, because let's be honest, no one knows Slaanesh's gender. For the complex emotions, erotic desires, and decadence only exist within the minds of intelligent races. From within the realm of chaos, the Dark Prince revels in each new sensation discovered. It guides the mortal inhabitants laden with desire to go even further in their pursuit of stimulation. Those who serve Slaanesh are consumed by their own dark passions, driven by the need for their master's approval to commit more sordid atrocities, and to Slaanesh's followers practice a war upon the nations of the south, seducing their foes into the service of the Dark God, and inflicting symphonies of misery upon those who resist their call. So get devotees amass followers by raiding, sacking, and looting settlements. Summon disciple armies. Use devotees to summon armies in corrupted areas. And seduction. Compel enemy units to join your army during battles and force the whole faction to vassalage via your seduction and influence. And we'd get to play as Nakadi. We start right up here. Quite far away from everyone. And lastly, but not least, of course, is Tzeentch. I believe I'm saying that right. Tzeentch, the changer of ways, the chaos god of magic, evolution, manipulation, and trickery. He is Flux incarnate, the god who truly embodies the endless broiling change that is chaos. It is Tzeentch above all who holds the terrible knowledge of fate and destiny in his talons. His worshippers are desperate to share in such lore, but are merely pawns in the great game, another piece to move on the board to outplay the other chaos gods. To serve Tzeentch is to invite insanity. His servants weave their own complex webs of influence and manipulation, founding cults in high societies, as well as armored legions of puppet followers. They pay no mind to the fact that they are masters. They must have used their plots as mere petty distractions, for the architect of fate's own design is aeons in the making. To good changings of the way, hatch treacherous plots to manipulate the destiny of all beings, and winds of magic manipulation, push and pull the strength of the winds of magic across your territory. And we get to play as Karos Fate Weaver. Start right there. But having seen all these, there is truly only one faction that we can play as. And that is the Exiles of Khorne, as Skarbrand the Exiled. Skarbrand, also known as the Exiled One, was once the greatest of all Khorne's demons. Undone by his pride, he was banished from the service of the Blood God and cast from Khorne's domain. Forever tormented by his downfall, Skarbrand wanders the mortal and immortal realms, a restless fury that cannot be stopped. So armies replenish in foreign territory, pretty solid. Other Khornite factions don't like us, solid. Extra movement after raising a settlement. Every character in our nation, and our lord is pretty badass. He moves even further after winning a battle, and it's cheaper to recruit after a battle. So yeah, we're gonna keep the settings to this. I'm just like I said, we'll go normal hard up until that proves too easy, and then we'll move up. But let's do this. No subtlety has Khorne. He yearns only for battle. Slaughter is his desire. Blood to sate, an unquenchable thirst, and skulls to pile about his throne. Skarbrand was the most worthy of Khorne's bloodthirsters, the greatest of the blood god's reapers. But that was before his exile, cast from Khorne's presence, and now he is in the aftermath of Ursun's roar. To Skarbrand's lair, Inferno. So hopefully you... Note to self, anything that requires reading, do not read on a load screen.
Jagged rocks and rivers of fire. Here I found the greatest of all bloodthirsters. Bones of all that walked or crawled littered his lair. Skarbrand, rage incarnate. I had but a moment to make my case. The time it took to sharpen his murderous blades. The demon had spent millennia harvesting skulls to earn the forgiveness of his master, the Chaos God, Khorne. The skull of Ursun would gain his favor.
What do you know of Khorne's favor?
Nothing, mighty Skarbrand. I am but a servant, ready to aid your slaughter.
I can smell the magic on you, seer. I'll take your skull.
Why take mine when you can have the skull of a god? Let me guide you through the maelstrom to where Belagor imprisons the bear. Take his skull. All I want is a drop of Ursun's blood.
Keep your skull. Give me the bear. One skull for the throne. The rest are mine to collect.
goal is to take the head of the god bear. A worthy trophy for the Skull Throne.
A worthy trophy indeed.
Find me Skull's little man. All yours is next.
At once, mighty Reaper. The whole region is awash with heads that will easily be parted from their necks. Here is your first prey, a mortal army wishing to catch the gaze of the blood god. Instead, they draw your attention. Slaughter the mortal insects that infest this region, and claim Bloodfire Falls as your own. Further afield, you'll find plenty more enemies to rip asunder. The forces of hated Slaanesh cower at the monolith. Or perhaps seek out more of Khorne's disciples. Not to ally with, of course, but to kill. For your father cares not from where the blood flows. In the south, you may encounter greenskins. Then there are the Norse, mortals who will worship you if you let them, or introduce them to your twin axes. If you continue your trail of destruction south, then even richer lands shall be in reach. The fragile souls of Kislev and the Empire will fuel your rise to ultimate power. Only the spineless occupy such settlements. Followers of Khorne bring slaughter, razing everything until there is naught but blood-stained ruins. The more skulls you take, the easier it will be to enter the realm of chaos and seek the dying god. So, let the blood harvest begin.
Okay. Fuck off, dickhead advisor. Chaos. The Servants of Khorne will automatically wage war on any non-chaos faction they encounter. Skulls. Khornite factions collect skulls in battles from chaos cults, from raising settlements, and from skull piles to appease the blood gods. Skulls are required to capture settlements and research technologies. Fair enough. Bloodletting. The army of Khorne factions accumulate bonuses every time they win consecutive battles. Drawn to destruction, the forces of Khorne are incentivized to raise settlements as they conquer. Demonic armies may be summoned when a settlement is raised, and control of a ruined settlement will fall in time to any Khornite faction that partially controls the province it's in. The Great Game. Khornite factions participate in the Great Game, vying with other followers of Chaos to spread the most corruption over the mortal realm. So I've got a goal to destroy this army. That's it. So what's this? So we've got the Eternal War, Cult Battle, Slaughter Incarnate, and Khorne's Glare. We've also got Technology Tree. 8 is the number of the Blood God. 8 are the pillars at the heart of the Brass Citadel, each inscribed with Khorne's commandments. 8 are the artifacts that from each edict, the Blood God's laws must be followed. So we've got 5,000 skulls.
The enemy toys with our land.
So we need, well, I want Bloodletters of Khorne. Like, Chaos Warriors of Khorne sound, I mean, they sound great, but Bloodletters sound way more fun. So I'm going to grab some Bloodletters. We'll also grab the Cavalry. Okay, I'm not the best with Chaos, so let's, I think Spread Rage sounds, ooh, that sounds pretty, no, we'll go with Skull Harvesting.
You better serve the Skull Throne.
But I think it is time to absolutely demolish this army. Because I could recruit, but what's the point of recruiting if I can murder? Let's give it a quick save, and let's murder. Okay, so let's have a look at our men. What's this? That's really cool. Okay. Right. Got the blood letters, blood crushes of Khorne, which we're going to put over here. Gonna swing those around and smash them. What do you do? You're an anti-infantry and flaming attack. So it looks like Skarbrand doesn't actually do what I thought he would do, which is
The Exile of Khorne.
he doesn't fly.
Skarbrand. Today we sing a song of salute. One skull strength, Khorne.
Okay, rage embodied. Oh, it rampages him, okay. So they have no range units other than the Marauder Horse. We've got Horn of Khorne. We need 100 points to use it. God, look at the let's just take a second to pause and look at Skarbrand. Look at that legend. He looks so pissed. It's great. We got the Bloodletters of Khorne as well, which are one of my. Whenever I go into a game workshop shop, if they've got the Age of Sigmar variations of the Bloodletters, I almost always find myself nearly buying them. Here we go. We've got them engaged in combat. Go sod up him. These are okay, so it looks like we have a lot of anti-infantry stuff. Yeah, we're losing a lot of bloodletters. That's fine. Actually, one goes there. Yeah, I expected to lose a decent amount of troops, if I'm honest. I'm not the best with Chaos, but I love Khorne. Khorne is honestly one of my favorite factions ever since my introduction to Warhammer. Okay, he's leaving. Skarbrand, let's yeah, the Khornite cavalry, beautiful. Skarbrand, go get the Chaos Lord. How fast do you move? He has a speed of 80. Holy shit. And I do like how units reform as well, which is really nice. Yeah, let's make sure we get these all killed. I also like how magic, when you're trying to activate magic, it now slows down the game, which is a really cool feature. Now you're probably thinking, why, Joe, why are you're acting so surprised? Because I've actually not seen anything about this game. Like, I've refused to watch anything to do with it. Because I wanted this experience to be completely pure. Okay. Yeah, the Marauder Horseman got away. We gained 8 skulls. I like it. So we can offer his tribute, devour captives, or reap captives. We're gonna reap the extra skulls. Ooh, we could attack the Brass Glacier. There we go. We've done that, and we've now issued a mission. Okay, so yeah, we're not we're definitely not going to be able to, yeah, attack this turn. But that's okay. Because I'm just going to record a couple of well, I'm going to record 3 bloodlairs. There we go, finish that mission. The Skull Throne, call upon the activation. Nice, that's actually really cool. We're not going to do that just yet. So Infernus is busy building. So we've got a single quest, which is Slaughter and Carnage, his axes. So we can't do that just yet. He hates Slaanesh, which, let's be honest, is completely and utterly understandable. Like, Slaanesh can suck a dick. We're going to do Brutal Charge. We're going to really get him combat ready. As much as I would like to do Internal War, I am going to wait for now. Like, how is the Khornite Corruption here? It's a 20 out of 100. That's, yeah, Undivided is going up right now, whereas we're not. As I'm assuming we offer... There must be other factions in the area that offer Undivided. Okay. So... Everything's looking beautiful right now, to be honest with you. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we'll end the turn. I love how quickly the turn ends are. That is something I really need to express. Like, the turn ends are so beautiful. And there we go, recruiting the units. We've now got Raise or Conquer the Brass Glacier. Yeah, our capital should be... I think it's going to be safe from anyone right now. So I should be able to get one more battle in for you guys today, and then we'll unfortunately have to end the session. Now, I did not remember, because I did know about this, but I never looked into it. They have changed minor settlement combat in a good way. I was just completely unaware, and I went into it unknowing, but this time we go into it completely aware and open. So let us send these men to the abyss. On their corpses as we take their skulls to the throne and let their blood drain towards the blood for the blood god. There we go. That definitely works. Shut up. I've seen a lot of hate on the forums, because I've been reading a lot of the forums waiting for the game to come out. I see a lot of hate about the UI. I love this UI. It's probably one of the nicest UI. Eventually, I'm gonna have to remember to get used to not talking on loading screens. Now, a badass such as Khorne is going to attack from multiple directions to inflict death. Going to bring my cavalry over here. Going to put you here. Warhounds, just go there. Skarbrand, you can go here. Bloodlair, go there. Cool. Oh, no, you go over there for now. There we go. Skarbrand, though, just look how fast the dude runs in. Let's do this. Oh, that's beautiful. I do think this is the best way to watch fights. As much as the pressing insert is really cool. Got the blood layers going in everywhere. That is my 2 units of cavalry, okay. We've got the blood layers coming over there to help. Where's the bigger guy? There he is. We'll turn our men around. We'll get like a really nice charge going over here. Let's try and get you guys some cool cinematic angles. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, my cavalry are doing just fine. Yeah, as you can see, they're currently building stuff to try and stop us. Yeah, we don't. Oh, you know what? Let's do it here. Yeah, we haven't had a look at the Khorne cavalry just yet. We want more of them. They look really cool. The blood crushers are absolutely decimating these unworthy. Those cavalry are just kind of running around doing what they want.
The exile of one. For Khorne. Move out.
Yeah, we'll move those guys up there. Yeah, that unit's just getting demolished. Let's do a bit of follow of this. What's it called? The Blood Shrine of Khorne. Skarbrand himself is coming to say hello. Can these guys outrun Skarbrand? They can. The thing is, can they outrun this guy? They can, definitely, yes. But they're just not going to. They waited too long. Let's watch our boy Skarbrand just instant rout right there. Near enough for instant rout anyway. There we go. Skulls for the Skull Throne have been achieved. Unlike that, some more skulls added to our way. Beautiful. Did we get another rank? We did. That's what I like to see. We don't need blooded. Skulls for the Skull Throne. And like that, we can actually move really far now. Now we need to maintain... Oh, we need to maintain a full province. Well, I believe this province should become ours over time, so if the game is to be believed. Now, okay, we get weapon strength on all of these. Okay. I will take the weapon strength and melee attack just to try and really just push the point across that we're absolute badasses. So where does it want me to go next? Gain a free stack of bloodletting and main... Okay, so it just wants me to go... So I'm going to go over to the... I'm going to go finish the Warriors of Khorne. Grab myself some more bloodletters. We'll grab one more bloodletters and one more hound. But unfortunately, we must end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part of Total War Warhammer 3 as the Exiles of Khorne, Skarbrand, the Exiled. I'm really enjoying it. It's honestly a great game. If you guys want longer parts less often, like say if you guys want like maybe an hour of content every couple of days instead of half an hour every day, let me know. I'm completely open to this. It's really not a problem anymore. But please do show your support by giving some likes. You know, give me the comments. Blood for the Blood God. That's all you need to say. Skulls for the Skull Throne. Nothing special. But other than that, seriously, guys, I really do appreciate any support you give. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's so much, like, I've played it for about an hour and a half now, and I'm already finding this game to be twice the game that 2 was on release. I don't mean that in any way. I'm not saying that as like a way to review it. I haven't had enough experience to review it, but the game feels much more fluid. The game plays better, and I feel like it just has a general sense of better about it. But don't believe me wholly. Please go look at some reviews. Go look at the content yourself, and play the game for yourself if you've got a system that can run it. Because honestly, if you can run Warhammer 1 or 2, you can run Warhammer 3 perfectly. I've got it on max settings. It's all good. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys all have a great day. And is there anything else to say but blood for the blood god? Skulls for the skull throne. See you guys in the next one.